Take a good look around. A last day.
Good morning. It is Saturday, October 6th, and today is the last day I have to commute to work. It is about 7 a.m., 7:01. I don't know what's going on. I gotta keep clearing my throat. Did I always do that or just recently? I don't know. But I just need to get ready for work real quick, and I pulled up a tag to do while I'm getting ready. So, I didn't ever want to forget this last time I have to drive to work. Oh, just kidding. Anyway, a lot of people have been commenting about my question as to what do you want to see? We're doing the 5-minute morning makeover, by the way. I took a long bath and shower right before bed, in case you're wondering about how disgusting she really is. It's not as bad as you might think. But anyway, lost my train of thought there. I'm just gonna dry off my face a little bit. So, oh yes, people were saying what they wanted to see, and the most votes have been for chapters of the book. I will definitely get on that. And it seems map came in second, subscriber map, updating that. So that will be the next thing I do after the book. We'll do the book, then the map. I've been coming up with some ideas on how I can do the map more efficiently and get it out without so much editing. I get a little experimentation for that. So you can watch the process of my meds kicking in. I did fess up to my husband that I posted the clip of him wearing my glasses with the chain after he told me not to. He was not happy. But I asked him to please just wait a second, watch it first, and he calmed down. But he gets a kick out of hearing that people have commented about him specifically. And I was saying which things he's been in that people enjoyed. And I got probably the most recent comments, a lot of them about him wearing my glasses, and I wanted to share that joy with him. But it was something he told me not to use. So I promised I would never put anything up again that he specifically asked me not to. And that anything that he appeared in, he'd see before it went up. So, don't want to break that trust of the marriage. I was wrong. I was wrong, and I am sorry. He did admit, well, not really admit, he was okay once he saw it and saw, he was worried about what he was talking about during that time. So, dodged a bullet. Good. Little dark circle repair. Okay, my tags. Some of these questions are repeats from other tags, but I did try and find something that was positive, wasn't critical or controversial, or me bashing myself. So just kind of want to keep it happy. I'm in a happy mood. Keep it happy. Your favorite candle scent. Favorite candle scent. Oh gosh, you know, my husband was really into buying scented candles when we were in Wisconsin. And there was some I really liked. There was one, I think it was like a, it's kind of a melon kind of scent. And I normally don't like melon. I don't like to eat melon. But it was very fresh and clean smelling. We had a little, I don't know, I wouldn't call it a greenhouse so much, sunroom. My house that I had there was built in the 1860s, and on the back of the house facing south, there was a little room that was all windows, and it had a tile floor, and it was for plants. And it was not heated. But that's where, because it's so cold, that's where we went to smoke, was in that little room. And we had a space heater in there. And that room would reek because, you know, it was like, I don't know, maybe 10 to 12 feet wide. And the depth was probably 5 feet at the most. So it was just a long little narrow room with all glass, and stunk. So we burned a lot of scented candles. There was no fabric in there, so that was good that it didn't hold that scent real bad. I mean, you just wash the windows and stuff and it would be fine. But yeah, so scented candles. So vanilla, some of the Christmas scents I liked. That citrus or melony kind of smell. Some of the florals and stuff, but I don't have a favorite. We don't really do a lot of burning of those anymore because here we smoke outside, like all the way outside. There we go. All right. So yeah, I'm not a huge candle person. Coming from being a painter, like, you know, I was a painting contractor, burning candles in the house, I mean, it was a mess because I washed all the walls and everything before I'd start painting. I'd, you know, wash them down with TSP. And people who burned a lot of candles, I mean, there's soot and stuff, and you don't realize, and you keep the wicks trimmed and all that, but there's still black soot all over the walls. So not a lot of candles burning in the house here. And let me see, let me get the next tag going so you're not just watching me put on my eyeliner, watching the blind woman put on her eyeliner without her glasses on. What female celebrity do you wish was your sister? Oh gosh, I really like Drew Barrymore, and I like, let's see, Sarah Silverman, I think, is funny. She might be a little mean as a sister, I'm not sure. Let's see. We want to pick somebody who's not like really beautiful because then you're the ugly sister. I want somebody older. So I'm the younger sister, the prettier sister. I want somebody stupid, so I'm the smart sister. So let's think of old, stupid, ugly women who are famous. But funny and kind. You know what? Melissa McCarthy would be awesome to be a sister. She's not old and ugly and stupid or any of that, but she would be awesome. She's funny as hell. So any of those would work. Okay. Oh, I forgot to do the bottom half. What male celebrity do you wish was your brother? I like Tom Hanks. I like Adam Sandler. I have a feeling that if Adam Sandler was your brother, you'd be catching a lot of crap. He'd be teasing the shit out of you. We'll go with that. I'm not really into celebrities. It's not my thing. It really isn't. How old do you think you'll be when you get married? Well, I already know the answer to that. I'm going to be 65. No, I was, let's see, I got married to my first husband in 1998 in the summer. So I was 27 the first time I got married. And the second time I got married was the summer of 2011. So that would have made me 39. So 27 and 39 were the ages I was when I got married. Oh, I didn't do my primer first. Hold on. Do you know a hoarder? Well, like actual witnessing it, not just hearing about it, like walking in and seeing the stuff all over the place and the little... Now, my definition of hoarder is, you know, the TV show where you've got the in need of an intervention. You know, you can't see the flooring anymore. There's aisles or you're climbing over the top. That's my definition of like full-blown hoarder. I have not witnessed it myself. I do know of somebody who was, she's passed away now, but I had heard about it. It was my boss when I was in my very early 20s. They owned a little retail store, a gift store that I worked in. And she was one of the owners, and she was a hoarder. And I had heard it from a few people, including her sister, who was the other owner. And yeah, it was the aisles kind of thing in her house. But I knew her personally on a daily basis. I worked with her every day, never saw the house, but I knew her and her personality. And nothing really gave me the impression in knowing her that she would have lived that way. You know, it wasn't like she always came to work with her pockets bulging full of goodies. I mean, yeah, nothing like that. She wasn't constantly grabbing stuff to take home. None of that. Now, as far as being told I'm a hoarder, yeah. I mean, like, pretty much 90% of the people who are part of this community claim to be hoarders. My husband accused me of being a hoarder. This coming from a man who owns over 100 fishing rods, and I'm the hoarder. No. He had, I think, I don't even know, 15 deer stands. I don't know. I'm the hoarder. He had tons and tons and tons of ice fishing equipment, and he never went ice fishing once since I've known him. Yeah, I'm not the one with the problem. But, yeah, so I'm sure I know hoarders, but not actually, like, walked into their home and go, oh, no. Alright, I think that's good. I've got a little pile of powder here on my counter, and it's bothering me because I'm a hoarder and I don't want to throw that away. I can't let that just go in the garbage because this stuff, you know, it's not inexpensive. So we're going to do the disgusting thing and scoop it up and put it back in and use it again for another day. All right, almost there. I don't have to leave as early in the morning on Saturdays because there isn't that traffic for the schools to inhibit my progress. So I can leave later, which gives me a little more time. I'll stick it in order. Okay. Can you do a split? I can do a banana split. I cannot do physical splits. I tried when I was young, when I was like, you know, elementary school, probably junior high. I tried to, you know, stretch all summer long to the point where I could get to do it and be, what I mean by I tried to stretch, you know, on a daily basis all summer long to get there. I did it like 2 days in a row and then forgot about it. So, no, I cannot. No, not even close. Never got even close. I did used to be able to put my leg behind my head. Can't do that anymore. Okay, we have to reposition. I need to brush my teeth, and I'm just going to pause for that. You don't need to listen to that. There we go. Okay. The next question is, how old were you when you learned to ride a bike? I believe I was like, you know, 1st or 2nd grade. No, probably 2nd or 3rd grade. I don't know. I think I was 7. For some reason, that sticks in my mind. 7 years old is when I learned to ride a bike. I was not coordinated. I've talked about that before. And we lived outside of town. The only kids in the area were me and my brother. My brother is almost 2 years older than me. And then I had across the street 2 cousins. And they were younger than me. The one was like a year younger than me, and her sister was probably 3 years younger than me. So I was 7, my brother would have been 9, and they would have been like 6 and 4. And the 6-year-old could ride before I could without training wheels. Yeah, I was the last one. That's why that whole going skiing. I think I told you this story of skiing with the chairlift, and they wouldn't let me ride it by myself and all that. Yeah, I think I told that story. So yeah, I don't know what the normal age is, but I was, as far as the immediate family, I was a late bloomer. Let's see what the next question is. How many oceans have you swam in? Well, the Atlantic and the Pacific. Now, I suppose, you know, the Caribbean, I don't know, again, geography, Not my strong suit. Been in the water down in Cancun. I've been in the water in Puerto Vallarta, I think. I put my feet in. I didn't swim. And then, you know, like Barbados, St. Thomas, around in there. Swam, you know, like off of like St. Martin. So it's the Caribbean. It's not seas and oceans. But yeah, I've never been like to the Indian Ocean or anything, or the Arctic. I don't know. Now I'm gonna have to like, how many oceans versus seas? The 7 seas. I don't know. I'm ignorant. I admit it. I'm very ignorant. I am not a world traveler. I'm not a globetrotter. I'm ignorant. I'm an ignoramus. Not my strong suit. And Christ. I was confused about the difference between the UK and England. So, I'm very vague, and I'm probably going to make myself look like an ass. UK includes, like, you know, I don't know, never mind. I don't want to look like a total idiot. But anyway, let's see. Next up is, how many countries have you been to? Well, I just named them. Canada, United States, clearly, Mexico, British, and U.S. Virgin Islands, territory, but Puerto Rico. That's it. That's it. Not much. Is anyone in your family in the Army? Not anymore. My grandfather fought in World War II. You think? World War II? Or the Korean War? I think it was... Gosh, now I don't even know. He's gone. Was it World War II? It must have been. Had to have been. Had to have been World War II. I think some of his brothers, the Korean War. What was the question? Oh, military. No, we don't have military roots in our family. We're a bunch of pussies. We're scared. Hide. My dad did joke about, you know, he and his brothers with Vietnam, all, you know, wanting to enroll in college and head off to Canada because they're lovers, not fighters, you know. Yeah, don't have military blood in our veins in my family. And let's see what else we got. Oh, God, see, this says glasses on, glasses off. I should just enlarge this. Can I blow this up? Yes, I can. What would you name your daughter if you had one? We've covered that. What's the worst grade you got on a test? I don't recall, but I'm sure I failed something. I don't know if I actually ever failed a test. Not the one that I showed up for. I might have missed something, you know, had mono or some kind of emergency and didn't go and failed it for that reason. But as far as actually taking a test and failing, I don't think so. So to be honest, probably a C. I'm guessing if I actually showed up and took it, a C. I've never failed a class. When I was in college under the accounting program, I got into like the second level, the 200 level accounting classes, which would be, you know, equivalent of your sophomore year. And they started getting really hard. I'm good with numbers. I like math and algebra. Love algebra. But when I took like tax accounting, it was so not my cup of tea. I hated it. It's boring. I hated economics classes too. Anything to do with taxes and government and laws and all. I was not doing well in the classes. I was getting C's, and yeah, so I changed majors at that point. I think I dropped classes midway, you know, before the deadline where you could no longer drop. But dropped the classes and changed my major to, I think I don't remember officially if I officially changed. I know I put in my scrapbook when I finally graduated with my degree that I put that I changed my major seven different majors. So for a while I tried out marketing, but I don't know. I don't think I feel like I'm very creative with ideas and things like that. And I don't know. So I ended up going to management so I could just, you know, be paid to tell other people what to do. Works for me. So yeah, if I've ever failed a test, I don't think so. At least not in my later years of school, like from the point I can remember. I know when I very first started, like first, second grade, I was like not catching on. You know, I needed tutor, special help. I think I was put in the special classes for additional assistance and all that. And I don't recall that, but I was told that later on by my mom that, yeah, you were like really slow to read and all that other stuff. And I don't remember. But probably because I was so young. I was like the youngest one in my class. They had the cutoff for age was different back then in the 70s. So I was, I guess I would have been 4 when I started first grade. I graduated high school. I was, you know, 17 and a half years old or whatever. But anyway, yeah, I didn't start strong. I ended up finishing okay. You know, I was pretty close to a 4.0 by the time I graduated high school. And I got mostly A's in college. Some of the classes I get a C, things that just didn't click with me. I'd have to look at my transcripts, but I would guess like chemistry, probably. One of my favorite classes though was statistics. I loved statistics in college. Found that fascinating. Not that any of this was asked of me. They just want to know if I'm a failure. Depends on how you measure it. Okay. All right, next question. Let's see here. What was your favorite TV show when you were a child? I liked the Banana Splits. And I remember getting very upset and crying once over missing the end couple of minutes of Magilla Gorilla. So my mom sent me out of the room so she could watch her soap operas, and it wasn't over yet. And they had a TV in their bedroom, and she sent me to go watch it in their bedroom, but it was up on a shelf. And, you know, I'm just a little kid. I probably hadn't started school yet, so I was, you know, 3 or 4. I couldn't reach it to turn on. There was no such thing as a remote control back then. And it was, you know, a black and white TV that took a while to warm up. So by the time I got in there and pulled out the chair and got up on the chair and got the TV turned on and got the channel and everything, and the TV warmed up, it was over. And I just remember sitting on her bed crying because I missed the ending of Magilla Gorilla. So apparently it was a favorite. Or I was just, you know, a drama queen. I don't think I overreact. Okay, I don't know that I've curled my hair for work. Well, I did do it one day the other day. I haven't done it in a long time, but I used to do this every single day. Let's see here. The only reason I'm doing it is because today's my last day, and you know they're gonna make a fuss over me. Let's see here. What did you dress up as on Halloween when you were 8? Oh, I don't freaking know. God. Whatever it was bought from the, what was the name of that store? God, it started with an H. What the hell was it? God, I can't think of the name of that store. Hornsby's. Hornsby's. It would have come from Hornsby's. And it would have been one of those costumes from the 70s that had the plastic outfit with the seams that busted open, and then a mask with an elastic strap and the eyes cut out. So they were like really freaky, but it would have been that. Whatever it was, because that's what we did back then. And I don't know what it would have been. But that would have been whatever my costume was when I was 8. When I was 8, I would have been in 3rd grade. So that is as detailed as that's going to get. There we go. And come on. I really need to go. It's like 7:35 or something in that area. There we go. Okay. You see the growing out. It's looking good. Okay. Just a little more. There we go. Okay. Time to go. Time to go. All right. Let me see here. How am I going to do this? I'm going to take a screenshot of the tag, and it's on my tablet. So I gotta stop this because I'm getting myself way too late. So I'll be back in a moment. I'm gonna get this. The black flip-flops. Last day of work. We know how to push your buttons. Okay. And I've got the book so that I can read and record. And we need this in case we decide to put the top down and mess up the hair that we just curled, which we probably will. And let's go get our lunch put together. Right, Jazz? Okay. Ew, there's a hair in my coffee cup. Well, at least it's mine. Okay. All right. I think I have everything. Yes. Better. Oh, turn off lights. Turn off this light and grab my plate. I had my dinner last night in the bathtub. Bagels and cream cheese. All right. There we go. Okay. Chia, chia. Okay. Sorry, he's laughing at me.
I'm laughing at you, or say about chia pet.
I can't wait to get a flow-fro going.
It's like a gay gift.
It's nice. It's a very nice gift. Who wouldn't want to have a flow chia pet?
Yeah.
Oh, there's no cold Cokes. Okay. All right.
Put some in there.
Let me just set this down. Okay. Here, keep an eye on my Lunchable. I just need one. All right, we're going to pause. All right. We'll make more than one trip. Okay. Let me get that. Put it. Hi, baby. All right, 7:40. It still gives us 50 minutes to clock in, which should be plenty on a Saturday. Okay, bye, honey. Be good. Be good girl. All right. Get this in here. Oh, Jesus. That. Let me get the tablet back out with the tag on it. So I can read maybe the next 2 questions before we pull out. Alright, I think we're going to leave the top up so you can hear me, and so that I don't mess up my hair since I curled it for the first time in forever. I do need to stop though because I got to flip you upside down. All right. Being conscious of the audio quality. And let me get my sunglasses on. I had lost them for days. I finally found them. They were under the seat in the car. I've lost them before at Disney and had to go back and find them in a restaurant. I left them in the prescription, so I don't want to lose them. But the problem with them being prescription, they're prescription for distance, and then when I try and read with them on, I can't see anything up close. So, oh look, here's some birds. Make sure that you can see them. Oh, now I got the sun right in my eyes. The things that make that noise. Can you see them? Can you see them? See, they're really tall. So when you hear that noise, that weird bird-like noise, like, you know, dinosaur noise, that's them. But yeah, I found my sunglasses, but I can't read anything when I have them on, so it's, yeah, it's awesome. I have reader's sunglasses too, but yeah, then you can't drive. I really just need to go to the eye doctor and get some progressive lenses for sunglasses and regulars so that I can see what the hell I'm doing, because I'm sick of carrying around like 5 pairs of glasses. It sucks getting old. All right, now the next question was, have you read any of the Harry Potter, Hunger Games, or Twilight series? Yes, I attempted to read Harry Potter to my son, you know, the bedtime ritual. My older son, the one who is going to be 25 in a couple of days. He's going to turn 25 on the 9th. I used to try and read that to him at night, and for one, I had a really difficult time pronouncing the names. I don't think any of the movies had come out at that point. My stepmom had given us, for I think Christmas or birthday or something, several of the books, and so I was getting tongue-tied, and I was not medicated for ADD back then, and I just really had a difficult time keeping people straight and remembering, because the names weren't anything I could do any kind of, you know, word association with, like, you know, Robert. I can remember Robert because I can correlate it to some other Robert that I know, but when you've got, you know, all those weird names, I couldn't remember who the heck anybody was, and I was lost all the time and confused and constantly paging back to figure out what the hell. So that didn't work. I think we only got in maybe, I don't even know, probably not even 100 pages into it, and I just, he said, please, Mom, stop. Because it was irritating for him to have this woman read, you know, 3 paragraphs and then have to page back to figure out, because she doesn't understand what's going on. So, no, never made it through that. I did read The Hunger Games. Absolutely loved it. And I read the Twilight series, and I loved those books too. I also read the 50 Shades of Grey books, and I really enjoyed those as well. So that, I think those are the only series I've read that I can think of offhand. And I'm going to wait till the stop sign to read the next question. Oh, I need to drink more coffee. All right. Would you rather have an American, excuse me, would you rather have an American accent or a British accent? Well, a British accent, of course. Who wouldn't? Absolutely. The couple that lives next door to us, the ones with the tiki shades on their umbrellas and their pool and the lights and all that, they are a British couple. And I just love talking to them. They're awesome. I love hearing British accents. And I would love to be able to mimic one too. You know, like, well. Mimic one well. Same thing with the Irish. I would love to be able to do accents. But yeah, I'd rather have a British accent. And then the next question was going to be, did my mother go to college? My mom went to nursing, well, not nursing school. Or was it nursing school? I don't know. Dental assisting school. She went to dental assisting school. But then when she had my brother, she stayed home. She no longer worked. Next question, I'm on a straightaway, is, are your grandparents still married? No. They have passed away. And before they had passed away, my grandparents on my mother's side were divorced. My grandparents on my father's side were divorced, and my grandfather had remarried. As far as I know, his second wife is still alive, but I have no idea, really. She was not a favorite person of mine. All right, have you taken karate lessons? No, I have not. I have taken one self-defense class that a coworker asked me to go with her to, and it was fun. But I am very I get a lot of anxiety in public in that type of setting where you have to interact with people, especially physical activity, because I'm so awkward. It's just, yeah, no, not my thing. My son, the one who's turning 25, he did Taekwondo for several years when he was little. You know, we started him when he was like 4. And I shouldn't say several years. I think he did it for 2 years, until he was like 6. 6 or 7. But yeah, that doesn't run in our blood either. I can't read the next one. There's a curve coming. Do I know who Kermit the Frog is? Well, of course. I grew up on The Muppet Show. Yep. Jim Henson. Absolutely. I used to have a Miss Piggy puppet, and one year for Halloween, my grandfather, this is my dad's dad, he would always have a big Halloween party at his house for all the grandkids, and he would order a bunch of pumpkins to be delivered, and there was a lottery. He would number them all, and you would draw a number out of a hat to get your pumpkin, and then everybody would carve the pumpkins in his garage on tables. He had long banquet tables set up for all the families to carve their pumpkins, and he would supply all of the accessories for decorating it, with the gourds and the wigs and all the stuff, just oodles of random weirdness to decorate your pumpkin. And one year my dad helped me make a Miss Piggy pumpkin, and we cut, you know, the snout out and then popped it out and held it in with toothpicks so that she had the pig nose sticking out and everything, and put a blonde wig on her, and it was cute, the big long eyelashes. And then they'd have a contest for best pumpkin and all that. It was good times. We did that for many, many years at his house, and I loved that tradition. And so when I got married the first time, we had a huge basement, and you know, wanted to settle into the whole quote-unquote married life and family traditions and all that. So the first year we were married, had a huge Halloween party, invited all of my cousins from that side of the family, and a lot of them had kids by that point. Maybe not a lot, maybe only one, a few, whatever. We were all adults and married now, so I invited that whole side of the family to the pumpkin party, and some of the neighbors and stuff, and had costume contest. That was the one thing we didn't do at Grandpa's. It wasn't costumes, but mine was costumes. And costume contest, pumpkin contest, prizes, the whole thing. And it was a lot of fun. And by the next year, you know, we were no longer happily married. So that was the end of that. But what is the first amusement park you've been to? The first amusement park I've been to, I'm guessing probably, well, at least that, it's a guess, because I don't really know. I have photographs of me at a petting zoo with my dad's brother. I don't know what park it is, but I'm petting a goat or feeding a goat or something. But I can only guess that it was Santa's Village, which is a theme park in the, you know, Chicago suburbs, based on, yeah, the North Pole. You guessed it. They had a petting zoo and a fire truck ride, and I don't know, it's kind of like a glorified carnival. Nothing big, no big roller coasters or anything like that. It was all like carny rides, but everything with a North Pole theme to it. But yeah, and I went there a few times with like my cousins. Their parents would take them during the summer, and they'd bring me along. They had one of those woody station wagons where the back seat faced backward, so we loved sitting in the back of that big window in the station wagon, waving at everybody and stuff.
first big amusement park would have been Marriott's. It was back then. Marriott's Great America in Gurnee, Illinois. That's where I found my love of roller coasters. Well, I take that back. We went to Busch Gardens in Tampa when I was like in 2nd grade, but I was too short to go on any of the rides, Loch Ness Monster and all that, and I still haven't gone. But once my husband's working, then we're gonna go. So I'm looking forward to that. But I love roller coasters. I took my son Cole. Cole is the one turning 25. So Cole, took him there several years ago to Sandusky, to Cedar Point. We went camping and went there. That was awesome. Great roller coasters. My husband does not like roller coasters, and one of our sons does not like roller coasters. The one who's still home, he doesn't like them either. The other son who went off to college, who's staying in the dorms, he is the one who likes roller coasters, but he is away at school now, so yeah. What language besides your native language would you like to be fluent in? Well, for convenience sake, Spanish, because it's, you know, very broadly spoken language, and it's broadcast on TV, so it would be nice to understand people all around me, and to be able to get, you know, the pay grade increase for being bilingual at work. So for that reason, yeah, that would be nice, because you do get more money per hour if you're able to take the Spanish phone calls as well. Spanish speaking. Well, not Spanish, but yes, Spanish. Seguros, it's called, whatever, I don't know. But for liking the sound of the language, French. I like the sound of French. So, and they're very similar. I took 2 years of French and 1 year of Spanish in high school. French, I came first. And then my senior year, for my Easy A class, I took Spanish. And it was very, very similar, so it was an Easy A. But yeah, that would be my idea. Do you spell color as G-R-E-Y or G-R-A-Y? I do it both ways, and I always get confused because I know that there's like a difference, and I can never think of which way is correct, so I end up Googling it every time, but my natural instinct is G-R-E-Y. I'm curious, in 50 Shades of Grey, how do they spell it? I'll have to look it up. Is your father bald? No, he is not bald. He is balding, but not as badly as his brothers. His brothers are like halos. My dad's still got some fur on top, so my father is not bald. Do you know triplets? No, I do not. I have seen them when I was in college. There was identical triplet girls who I would see all walking together on the commons going to class. They would all dress alike. Do you prefer Titanic or The Notebook? Titanic. I believe I've seen The Notebook once. I've seen Titanic many, many, many times. I have always been fascinated by the Titanic to begin with. I have not had a fascination for notebooks. However, my grandmother and her brother both had Alzheimer's, and it runs in my family, and I am extremely concerned that I will end up with it as well. So for that reason, maybe I like it, but I don't like thinking about it. Just want to forget it all. Okay. God, I hope I'm thinking of the right movie. Because that would make no sense if it wasn't about Alzheimer's. All right. Have you ever had Indian food? Yeah. I think once. But then there's things that I think are Indian and I'm not sure. Like, isn't curry Indian? My next door neighbors, the British couple, they make curry for every party. So, yeah. Unless I'm wrong, then I'm an idiot. Okay. What's the name of your favorite restaurant? Plum Garden. It's a Cantonese restaurant in my hometown, and the owners are immigrants, and it's authentic. Excellent, excellent food. And so that's what I grew up on for my idea of Chinese food, was like this place, actual cloth tablecloths and actual like silverware and, you know, good Chinese food that's presented on like a pedestal tray with the silver lid and the whole thing. And then I move away from home and everything is like in bulk and buffet style, and the sweet and sour sauce now is this red jelly crap instead of, it's not what I grew up on, so not a fan. All right, it's 8:06, so we left like 20 minutes later than normal, and we got here at the same time I normally do, because I normally pull in about 8:03, 8:06. So I'm gonna finish this tag up. Oopsies, I just lost it. Where'd it go? Here it is, okay. Let's see here. Have you, how many are there? Oh shit, I'm not finishing this. There's 50 questions. So that was question number 29. I'm going to finish it up with number 30 and we're calling it a day. Have you ever been to Olive Garden? Yes. I live in the United States. I think there's, you know, one in every other town. So yes, I've been to Olive Garden. That's it. Calling it quits, so that I have some time to read for the book. And I hope you've enjoyed this drive. It is the last time we're driving to work. I don't know if I'm going to drive home again, because I think I might have an hour's worth of recording. But we'll see. Anyway, I need to go make my beginning and my end, put this together so I can load it tonight, read my book for another video, because people are asking for that. And then it's the weekend. Woohoo! So I will talk to y'all soon. Bye-bye.
Not a lot of calls today. Thank you for calling. This is Wendy. How can I help you? Okay. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm. So it turns out, you know, he moved to New Jersey, and I can't sell agency policies for New Jersey anyway, so I really didn't have to do anything. But we chatted for, you know, 10 minutes or so about how much of a pain it is to move. It's been an awesome day. It's really slow. I've 78 minutes waiting for calls in total so far today. Just, yeah, I put in to leave early my last 2 hours, use a little paid time off, but I might stay. This rocks. Getting really far on my diamond painting. Yeah. So anyway. Talk to you later. Hope you enjoyed the drive. Bye.